Sir,
I would
happy
like to
Independence Day.
I would like to congratulate you for convey my best wishes and compliments for Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day, sir.
I think we can quickly start our discussion. So, first of all, today is 15th August. So, wish you very, very happy Republic Day to all of you. You people are doing great job, and probably we are writing a history. And we are in a journey of transforming our nation. Whether at this stage you may realize or you may not realize, but that is going to be history in time to come. The second point I would like to say that you people have done a very good job. I have gone through your concept note as well as literature survey. I have gone through your various technology you have listed for encryption and decryption, and the whole concept is I think is absolutely aligned. There are not many issues, but I would like to elaborate on few points. Number one, you have raised the issue that 182 should have a punishment of 5 years. Instead of that, we can say, though that is not strictly in the domain of the technology people, but still in our note, we can say, number one, it should be made cognizable. Number two, it should have the same punishment as of the false complaint. So if you are making a false complaint of an offense, which is punishable by the capital punishment, then you may be hanged for lodging a false FIR of a of an offense which is having capital punishment. So the punishment, if that offense which is being falsely reported, if it is having 3 months imprisonment, there is no reason why it should have the imprisonment for the 5 years, right? So let it be 211 will be cognizable. This will be one change, legal change would be required. Otherwise, we have to put some kind of the istighasa in that. And the second change which will be requiring that the punishment should be the same as of the case which is being reported falsely. So if someone is reporting a case which is having say whatever the punishment, 10 years, 7 years, or even capital punishment, for reporting that case falsely, the person have to undergo the same punishment, right? I think this point is clear.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, right. This is the first point. And you have to take a call which will be the encryption and decryption, what will be the best algorithm you would like to use. I am fine with your suggestion using public key and private key, but then we have to examine how user-friendly it would be. That is one thing. But in any case, majority of our communication with the public will be happening through the citizen portal, or we say volunteer app, or we say the observer app, or we say the stakeholder app, right? And largely we will be qualifying it as a citizen app basically, because it will be for the each and everyone in the society, not limited to any particular class, right? Now, the second point, which I would like, rather third point, which I would like to discuss about the location part. So there could be two locations: location of crime or location from which it is being reported. So in first case, it might be reported from the same place where the crime has taken place. And there are chances that the victim might move to some safer place, and when he feels comfortable, and from where that complaint might be being lost. So from a place of crime, he might got shifted to even his residence or whatever the place he is feeling comfortable with. So there could be the two locations. One location of the crime, and second is the location of the victim at the time of reporting the crime, right? So we have to capture both. Second is more of a notional. It is having no legal implication. But the first one, That is the location of crime, right? So location of the crime can be extracted in two ways. Number one, by getting address, and second, by extracting the location. So while extracting location, it has to be a very user-friendly interface. Something like a map could be there. Map should automatically take it to the place of where he is at the moment. So he may not be moving quite far from the place where the crime has been committed. So that will be a good starting point. And from where it should be very easy that you can just move that map and you can just put a point. If you put a point, there should be a confirmatory kind of confirmation. Is he sure that this is the location? Okay. Now, it is not the nearest police station. We have to understand it is recording of the FIR or reporting of the FIR or taking cognizance. It is a absolutely legal process, right? So only police station having jurisdiction can take this cognizance. So now you have to, it is not the nearest police station because it is not in terms of the response. It is in terms of the power of taking legal cognizance, right? So there may be from that crime or location of the crime, there may be a thana which may be very close by, but it may not be having the legal jurisdiction. So it will go in the place where the thana is having legal jurisdiction. Would you like to ask any question about this legal jurisdiction?
Yes, sir. First of all, I would like to ask, when we are mapping different locations to a specific police station, does every police station have a specific code so that it becomes easy to map to a specific police station? So, for example, the police...
I will share the code of the CCTNS. So I will share with you a data, what is called data. I'm just forgetting name. So data format, basically, we can say. I mean, there's a special terminology which is used. So I will share that with you, which will give you the detail that how exactly that data of the CCTNS or database has been made. So that, and we will be using the same code. So that when we are talking to the CCTNS, that our talking to the CCTNS would be very smooth. But we will go much beyond what the CCTNS is doing. Right? CCTNS, whatever they thought at that point of the time, they have done that much. We should be grateful for them. At that point of the time, say 5 years before, they could think that much. But now we have to think much ahead of the CCTNS. But whatever is available with the CCTNS, it has to be adopted because we have to talk to the CCTNS. So that database I will share with you, the format I will share with you. I will share it with you immediately after this, right? It will be shared on your email ID. So give your email ID once again. So I will make it sure that email ID, if I am having, it should be the right email ID.
Sir, it's
okay. So this location business is clear. So there will be something by address. That is a normal way of defining a place as we do in a normal way. And the second way, that giving the option of the map, pointer may be at the place where he is at the moment. It is presumed that he might not have moved too much here and there. So probably that location of the crime would be closer from his present location. I mean, it's a presumption because somewhere that map should be will be zoomed in, and from there where basically he can put a pointer where the crime has taken place. Then once he put the pointer over there, then a enlarged view should be available to him so that he can and then we should take one or two confirmation that he has really pointed out the right place, right? Because if he is not pointing out to the right place, then probably there may be the jurisdictional error. So we have to make it sure that it should be the, it should go or to the police station which is having legal jurisdiction. Okay, this point is clear.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, so that is the fourth point I wanted to say. Facilitation feature I have already elaborated. Your H1, H2 and H3 and encryption, I am fine with that, no issue. System would approach court after getting So though you have mentioned it, but by way of elaboration, I would like to say that on the refusal from the SP, the system will be making use of the criminal justice system, which is called IJS, ICJS, that is Indian Criminal Justice System. It is a, just like CCTNS, it is a court system, right? So we will be making road or we will be approaching court through this route. So nobody need to physically go to court. As we are not going to SHO, similarly we are not going to SP. The system is going directly to the SP, not the complainant, right? So similarly from here, we will go to the court. And basically, what we would like that you can convert the whole thing in a small module if you feel that, because we would like to complete the project in a very small duration. And we would like to put a lot many legal students with you. But whosoever is saying whatever, it has to be brought on record and it has to be approved from me. The purpose is very simple. Nobody, the limited vision of someone should not become our handicap. And it should not happen that we are discovering it that he has taken us to on the wrong route. That kind of misrouting should not take place. This that we should not go in wrong direction because of the some presumption on the part of the person concerned. Because nobody is having the larger vision and nobody may appreciate larger vision. So everything has to be consistent with the larger vision. And larger vision is absolutely public friendly. It is going to drastically make a difference. Sab cheez badalne wali, right? Something like that. So here, the affidavit will be generated by the system, right? And that affidavit, the legal student will create that affidavit. It will be properly weighted by us. And if it requires, it will be certain details from the FIR content will come into that affidavit so that it should be a properly legally acceptable affidavit. And then it will be again digitally signed. Right. Now, a care has to be taken along with this. At this stage, we would like to give some additional evidences before the court so that we can help out the court to take a decision, right? Here, the legal student will help you out to identify those things, and probably we may not rush just like that to the magistrate. We might add those things. Even if it requires some affidavit from the witnesses, the system will capture the affidavit from witnesses also. So it will mature the case so that it can be properly decided by the magistrate. Otherwise, it will get involved into the legal process, and then the summons, warrant, those kind of the things will happen. So we will not leave it to the magistrate. We will try that whatever the material the system can capture from various sources, we will try to capture that material. So in affidavit, we will try to even get those details, who has seen, who has not seen, and probably we will try to go to that person, and we might, if required, we can have their affidavits too. So when this affidavit and this application is moving in court, it might have a number of the evidences and number of the affidavits of the different witnesses, so that it can stand the scrutiny of magistrate, and we should help out the magistrate to decide the case instantaneously, right? And if required, then if some kind of some conferencing is required. Here, when we say conferencing, it's not a conferencing. It will be kind of a a trial. So that kind of the proceedings will be immediately arranged by the system, because in any case, we are thinking of having that kind of a video conferencing system. Rather, I will not say video conferencing, it will be a video trial system, because it will be having all technical features which should make it a legally acceptable process. Rather, it will be highly technically supported, hence it will take away all the negative points which we are having in present legal system. So the whatever the face-to-face trial are happening, those handicaps will be removed. Okay. Any question up to this point?
So, sir, the SSP will only be able to view the FIRs after the SHO rejects it, right?
I think that will be a more meaningful thing, right? However, from the supervisory app, we can make him the part of the whole process, because there will be two systems. You have asked a very good question, basically. There will be the two way of having interface with the functionaries. One way would be out of CCTNS and another is within CCTNS, right? Finally, in any case, we have to go in CCTNS and the things has to be deposited in CCTNS. But in parallel, because doing the processing from the CCTNS would be making things little difficult, and probably it will require the higher degree of involvement of the CCTNS people. And then we will be governed by their willingness to open up to what extent, right? Since it is a different entity of Government of India, we cannot take them for the granted, and it will be governed by what they feel, how they feel, and they may be having their own reservation. But we are not deterred by any reservation by anybody. We are determined to make it happen, right? So there will be the two processes. One will be moving or operating out of the CCTNS and another within CCTNS, right? So if it will become acceptable, probably the whole thing may happen out of CCTNS. Just we will have the final interface when that FIR is to be deposited inside the CCTNS. Because that handling it out of CCTNS will be much easier. So there will be different apps. I would like to give the array of apps which will be happening. One is the citizen app, which will be having the 4 kind of the feature, and the FIR will be 1/3 of a security feature of citizen app. So a citizen app would be having 4 modules. One module is a security module. Another module is his general need module. Then the third will be his NIST need module. And the fourth is the information need module. Basically, we wish to replace all the apps which are in air at the moment. So we will remove the problem related to cyber crime, this crime, that crime. And then this will be a holistic add-on support to each and every citizen, including lodging of FIR. So we have not limited our vision to just lodging FIR. No, we are going for the holistic support of all the citizens, including their NIST professional area. We are not limiting even to the NIST professional area or general need area. We are going even the information need also, just like Google is doing. So we will have all kind of the engine, so that we will provide verified good information to each and every citizen as per the requirement of the citizen. It will be authentic information, and our engine will take care that only authenticated information and needful information should be pushed to the person. Right? So the citizen would be approached through the citizen app. Now, let's talk the police. Police, they have to be bracketed into the 3. One is SHO, who is the station house officer of a thana. Then below him, they will be investigator. So there will be investigation app. However, SHO app will also have all the features of investigator also, because SHO himself might be the investigator. So when we say SHO app will be having the 2 features. One, it will be having the administration related features, where he can allocate duties, he can allocate cases and things like that. And the second, when he can himself investigate. Right? Now, if he allocate to someone else, then the subordinate officer will have the access to the investigation app. Right? Now, the another point which you have raised about how the supervisory officer would be handling. So there will be supervisory app. So everybody above SHO, they will be bracketed into the supervisory and right up to the DGP. Clear? And there will be the aggregation of from the down below depending upon the jurisdiction. So if we talk of the Deputy SP, Deputy SP is a head of a subdivision, or he is called divisional police officer. So if in that subdivision there are 3 police stations or 4 police stations, they will be aggregated and the information for those police stations would be available to the Deputy SP. Now, there are n number of the additional SPs. So whatever the area of jurisdiction of that additional SP, that area would be of those thana will be aggregated and would be available to him, so that he can positively contribute as a supervisory officer. And when he will be contributing as a supervisory officer at the back end, we would be capturing how much he is contributing.
Hello.
And how much he is contributing routinely and how much he is contributing, beyond, something like that. So so there will be some profile capturing, so that we should be in position to extract that supervisory officers should do a good job.
Hello.
Now, there will be another app, which is the expert app. So, expert would be talking to investigating officer, and expert app would be having all the features where we will be enabling an expert officer to do his job smartly. So, if he is a FSL expert, there will be feature relating to his specialization. If he is a document expert, there will be the features relating to that. So, when we say expert app, it is a generic term. There will be many divisions within that also. Now, the system will be talking to investigator, and based on the various requisition. And the requisition, which the information which we will be getting, it will be becoming the part of the database, and the database will create investigation lead. We would like investigating lead directly may speak to app rather than speaking to IO, because what we are trying to do, if that investigation will lead speak to the IO, then his limitation, there will be expert app, and our database will be generating requisitions and would be getting information, converting that into the evidence and converting that into the investigation lead. And the investigation lead will talk to the app, because our app will be a dynamic app. So that processes which investigation officer has to do, that will be automatically modified in alignment with the investigation lead. That will help us to because our investigation lead will be better understood by our app, and then in the language which IO understand, that app would be helping them to capture those evidences. Is that clear? So it is more for the information basically. I mean, just you should understand how the things would be interacting. And one policy statement I would like to make, that our technology will not be competing. It will be collaborating. So technology, wherever is possible, though even if it is giving the definite result, still it will take it to the expert. So that we are not only getting it certified, but we are creating additional witnesses also. Those additional witnesses would be much more acceptable in court. So it will be helpful to procure conviction in the court. Otherwise, so even when we are 200% sure about our technology, when we are sure about its outcome, still we will take our outcome to the expert, and the expert will be verifying and will be certifying whatever outcome we are giving to them. And the person who will be deposing or giving his final judgment, he will be, his evidence would be acceptable in the court under Section 45 of Evidence Act. So here we are trying to bring in one additional benefit by having one more evidence in our favor. So we will be having digital evidence, and then we will be having expert evidence, and thus we will be strengthening our evidence in court of law, and our each evidence will be having those advantage of the three certificates: the certificate of integrity, certificate of admissibility, and certificate of chain of custody. I think we are on the same page till so far. Do you want to ask any question at this point?
Yes, sir. When there are community volunteers that want to give some extra evidence for in a specific case, so how will they be able to extract the FIR since they will not be having the access to the FIR anyway?
It is a good point. It means they have to communicate to someone that they are having information, right? Because either they should talk to the system because they are already having app, right? So they can say, I am having this additional information independently, right? So based on that information will be pushed to the investigator, right? And if allowing that proper dialogue between investigating officer and that witness also, right? So here, few questions we will like to address a little later. There will be that address whether the witness want to really disclose his identity and whether he would like to have the interface with the police or not. So if he doesn't want to have the interface, we will try to extract the information and we will try to verify independently, and then it will go as a system lead if we independently verified that information. If it is not inconsistent information, so we will give the benefit of the anonymity, and that information will not be pushed to the investigating officer or investigation app. Whether I have replied to your this, right? Or secondly, if he is on the spot, so he will be in any case talking to the investigating officer as a witness, and that information will be captured by the IO, and through IO it will be available to us. So there will be two sources. One is coming from the scene of crime, where investigating officer is talking to the person, and this person may give that information through IO. And second, they are giving that information independently, even sometime having advantage of the anonymity also. But the anonymity should not be backbiting. Anonymity should not be to mislead. Anonymity should not be to misguide our investigation. So whenever it is coming independently and the person is trying to claim anonymity, we will have the larger scrutiny system, so that only when we find it is consistent and reliable, only that information will be pushed as a investigation lead, keeping anonymity of the witness. Right? Now, if for the moment, if this is inconsistent information, that inconsistent information will go about the grading of that volunteer. So more inconsistent information will come, he will be graded as a poor reliable volunteer, number one. Number two, whenever his conduct will be bordering that he is trying to misuse our authority against the third party, then he qualifies to be prosecuted under Section 182. Right? I hope this point is clear to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's clear.
What I would like to suggest, even that area which is not falling in your domain, you can still make the chart for them, and then you can flag that this is for this app, this is for this is for that. That will go as additional help from your side to that team. Right? So this video, along with your additional flowcharts, they can be a help to the other team, and it will save my briefing energy. Okay. So you can make your now concept note part A, part B. Part A is which is connected with you, and the part B or part C may be connected with the others, but captured by you, and that can be pushed to the concerning people, so that that our discussion or our energy that could be fruitfully would be available to the other group also. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, fine. So, one more dimension we would like to use. See, at present, what we are saying, that person will get a relief. Now, there is one important dimension, whether he did not get relief and he has to go for the 156.3 or he has to go to the SP, whether it is the ignorance or it was a willful act on the part of SHO or the willful part on the part of SP. So as to, they be made little more accountable. So they should enjoy full discretion, but the discretion should be discretion. It should not be pleasure doctrine. So he should use his discretion discreetly rather than governed by the pleasure doctrine. कि हाँ हम नहीं करते हैं FIR, क्या कर लोगे type का. It's not that way. It should be more governed by the proper application of the mind at the various level, whether it is SHO, whether it is SP. So a dimension we would like to invoke when they are doing it willfully, then and there may be the repetitive conduct. Then repetitive conduct, since everything is in database, so we will know the repetitive conduct, and we can have some kind of consideration that this person, if he had done the similar kind of the conduct in 3 cases or 5 cases, he will qualify for a charge sheet or he will qualify for the minor penalty or whatever. I mean, those decisions could be taken. Because otherwise what will happen, they will behave like a lord without any accountability. Even when the cognizance is taken by the magistrate or by anybody else, ultimately we have to undergo unnecessary pain. Right? And if by any reason, if the complainant withdraws his case just because he feels frustrated, though he may be right. So his frustration is created by whom? By SHO. So who will be prosecuted? The prosecution will be done of the complainant. So the complainant will not be prosecuted unless we independently investigate him for the prosecution. So withdrawal is only part of the evidence. We independently conduct an investigation to prove that he has misused our authority and he deliberately misreported a case. Otherwise, our denial, and probably somebody may advise कि ऐसा मत करो, ड्रॉप कर दो, नहीं तो तुम जेल चले जाओगे, नहीं तो ऐसा हो जाएगा. So sometimes he might withdraw, knowing fully well that he is right, under pressure of someone else. So system will not be prosecuting because somebody has prescribed him to withdraw the case. Rather, if the system independently comes on the conclusion that content is consistent and it is verified by the other independent evidence, then system will become complainant. Law provides SHO could be complainant. So why the system cannot be complainant? As per the legal system, the capacity of the complainant is only of a witness. Complainant is not a very big hero here in whole legal system. He is just one of the witness, right? And SHO is not all the time dependent on the complainant to come and report the case. So legally, SHO is having the power to suo moto take cognizance. मुझे ऐसा मालूम पड़ा है and ये अपराध बनता है, thereby I take its cognizance. So law provides that kind of the suo moto power with the SHO. So if the system has investigated that suo moto power which is available with the SHO will be enjoyed by the supervisory authority. We will see whose supervisory authority it will be invoking, but there is something called a supervisory authority. That supervisory authority can have all the power of SHO. So SHO is one entity which can have its power. There is no entity called the supervisory officer, right? So anybody above that would be supervisory officer. So system can play the role of the supervisory officer. And the moment it will acquire the role of the supervisory officer, under section 36 of the CRPC, it will have the supervisory power. Okay? So legally it can approve FIR. Now we are going in a untrodden territory which nobody has attempted so far. Because legally, somewhere in the National Authority for Scientific and Investigation or Detection of Crime, that authority has been given the power under section 36 of the CRPC. It means that authority can independently exercise the power of SHO. Making sense? So we are having a larger role to play. So these nuances you have to take care, because ultimately withdrawal of the complainant may be under the duress, may be under the fear, may be under threat. We do not want to really prosecute poor complainant because he had put into the threat, he has been threatened to withdraw, he has been asked that कि साला आप जो है ना affidavit sign, affidavit मत वो करना, affidavit must sign करना. So whether we would like our complainant to suffer, we would not like. Okay. At the same time, यदि वो झूठ है, तो we would like to prosecute. Okay. Now this nuances has to be properly understood. Would you like to ask any question up to this stage? I think it seems to be fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good enough. Good enough. Good enough. I have already elaborated that in parallel there will be two systems. One will be operated through the CCTNS, another will be operated through the app. And things may be approved and precipitated at the level of the app, and then at that stage it will enter into the CCTNS, right? Because sometime operating beyond the CCTNS would be a better strategy, because then otherwise we have to have all the lever within the CCTNS. And CCTNS, since it is a closed door system, they may not be comfortable in giving all the lever to us. Hence, we will try to use only one lever which they have given so far. That is the gate through the CC, that is citizen portal, right? So citizen portal, we will use very sparingly, and if we can really develop the system whereby we can operate beyond the CCTNS, and when our things are matured out of the CCTNS, then we will push it to the CCTNS. That will be better, smarter strategy and more convenient strategy. Whether you have understood these nuances, CCTNS and outside. When we are talking outside, we are talking of the app. So app are talking the SHO app, then supervisory app, and now I think you must have got your answer, because app is precipitating and pushing all the information to the supervisor officer of the other domain. Hence, supervisor will be in position to know each and everything, whatever is happening on the ground. Whether it has taken the shape of FIR or not, they will be knowing at what stage the FIR is under progress and what is playing. So even supervisory officer can intervene. Hey, this is the content, why are you not approving it? So even at the approval stage also he can play a role. Right? And the system should capture his role while assessing his performance as a supervisory officer. So then he will be having a role in a registration of FIR, he will be having a role in the supervision, he will be having a role so he will be having a number of roles, right? Okay. So CCTNS हो गया, ये हो गया है. Then when we were talking of the FIR, there will be the two way of FIR. Chatbot kind of the things or questionnaire kind of the when you are interacting and talking. Language should not be a barrier. And I think I elaborated on this point that language may not be understood by the system. So for each language, especially when we talk of the dialect, because the language in India is changing after 10 or 15 or 20 kilometers, whether it is Hindi or whether it is a Telugu or whatever it is. Though I don't have really that understanding of other languages, but I presume that it must be the same even in the other languages also. And they must be having the little dialect. It should be absolutely local, even in the Tamil, Telugu and Kannada and other languages also. Am I right, or
Yes, sir.
whether this perception is right or wrong?
Yes,
Correct.
sir.
Yes, sir, correct.
So little variation to exist on that side also, right? Okay. So the system would be providing one additional feature. When the language is becoming barrier, it should have a database from where it can identify from volunteers who is available, and probably he can be immediately brought as an interface in that, so that he can talk to the complainant and he can talk to the system. And when he is talking to the complainant and when he is talking to the system, both will be available in original format for the code. Say we are trying to negotiate different challenges through technology. So the language challenge we are trying to overcome by having this kind of interface. Okay? Any question on this point?
Sir, so while filing the FIRs, there is a high probability that a lot of people might not know what are the IPCs, because in an FIR, we're also supposed to mention IPCs are.
Let me really acknowledge a very good question. It is a wonderful question. So it means FIR registration module has to have n number of the module. Have you seen the IPC? You must have searched that IPC, or you must have seen on Google. Have you seen IPC, Indian Penal Code?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So it is having various chapters. So we would like to create a sub teams, and it does not matter whether they are all from KMIC, and if they are from one institute, it will be very good, because then probably there will not be communication barrier, there will not be priority barrier. So I will prefer if it can come from the same institute. If the number of the available people are not enough of that caliber, then probably we can, because say my power is unlimited now, because we have already crossed the 50 and almost 3 more institutes, they are in dialogue for MOU. So we can get the people from other institute to join, but from other institute there will be problem, probably unka examination kab hai, aapka examination kab hai, fulana kya hai, wo kya hai. So those kind of the problem will come, but we have to have those modules. So say crime against the body, crime against the property, crime against this, crime against mischief, and those kind of the sections, they will become for part-time, they will become the independent module and project. And later on, it will be integrated under one roof. Right? That will make job easier, because it is a really challenging issue. Because you are talking of not only the IPC, then you have to talk of the other special acts also. And those special acts are especially designed because of some specific problem. So whether it is Arms Act, whether it is a NDPS Act, whether it is a Gambling Act or whatever. So there are plethora of acts. We can prioritize our acts, and then we will try to first attempt those acts which are more generally used. Then we can go for the other little less important act, and ultimately we have to cover all acts which are available as a criminal acts. Okay? Because you cannot say कि साहब हमको जो है ना इसके एक्ट के हम तो ये 4 एक्ट की ही FIR करेंगे. Can you say that? Or else that content has to go to the time being to the some other physical entity or human entity, and they may try to help us out in that dimension. But we have to create a holistic solution. because otherwise our critic will not allow us to जो है ना peacefully sell through our concept, because the n number of the people would try to block such a large vision, because it will be transforming our lives. And it will not be transforming your this life. They will be transforming the way we behave. That will be transforming the way we conduct our business. That will be transforming the way we live in the society. So, इसको जो है ना केला अपराध मुक्त भारत मत मानना. It will change the very way we behave. We in fact something like Corona. Now we are more operating in cyberspace. And within a minute we can decide कि we have to talk, and we are talking as if we are meeting. Right? So the technology is going to change the way we conceive, the way we behave. The things would be much more advanced in time to come. Okay. So this part is very important question which you have asked. I will appreciate that you go to things and you make the sub teams. I will happy if from your two institute, if you can really fill that gap. That will be just wonderful, right? But you have to really make your own judgment that whether you are having those number of the people, whether they are having that kind of the caliber or not, or that will be also good that you people can mentor your Sri Saji can mentor them, and that is also good enough. But if it is done by one institute, it will be easier for the coordination point of view, because you will be having assignments, examination, those will be a common priority. Interinstitutional coordination will become little more difficult. Okay. So now this is one of the tasks, that take out that law book, go by the sections, make those many teams, and make the sub teams. And I will be assigning you 1 or 2 or 3 students for each module. They will come from the legal side. All interaction has to be on some digital platform. They have to be recorded and they have to be uploaded on Crime Free Bharat. And they have to be independently got approved by me, because the person not having the larger vision may jo hai na, put us on the wrong track. So we have to be all very cautious that things should move as we visualize it. I hope it is making sense to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great. So, when we talk of the FIR, it is not only the ingredient of the crime. Extracting the whole incidence should also be there. So when incidences come, how you reach to the scene of crime? Kyun pahunche aap? Whether you were along with somebody else. And whatever the detail we will capturing, we are having one master tool with us, that is called the requisitioning system. So we will requisition the CCTV footage, we will requisition the CDRs, we will requisition a number of things, and we will be in a better position to independently decide whether he is telling right, and we would be in position to even identify who could be the independent witness available. So the victim might not have seen somebody, but our system can see कि नहीं वहाँ पे 10 लोग और थे. I hope you will agree that it is doable. Otherwise, in next video conference, I will explain how it will be done. कई बार हम जो है ना इस बात को कहते हैं कि we will be having Brahma Chakshu. Have you heard the Brahma Chakshu word earlier? It is there in Gita. So when जो है Lord Krishna was showing his Virat Sarup, so he said, you cannot see me with your normal eyes. So if you recall some calendars or some that Lord Krishna, he has given the Brahm Chakshu to Arjun for momentarily, so that he can see his Virat Sarup. So practically, because of the technology, now the system is almost having Brahm Chakshu through the eyes of 137 crore people, or maybe through the technology, maybe through the IoT devices, through the CCTV, or maybe through the requisitioning. By everything putting together, we will be knowing everything. हमसे कोई ना झूठ बोल सकता है, ना कोई सच बोल सकता है. जो कुछ हो रहा है, वो हमारे अंदर हो रहा है. So those kind of the things, right? So little philosophical tone, right? Okay. So while FIR, we can try to extract that how he reached over there, whether somebody was there, who could be the witness over there, who could be evidence over there. Though we will, our system of requisition will independently identify who all could be there or where there, that we will do independently. We are not dependent on the victim or police officer to tell us that. And take my words, I will give you the way how it can be extracted. So I mean that is no. You are a person from technical background. You can appreciate what I am trying to say. That is a reality. Okay. So backend intelligence would be through requisitioning, maybe the requisitioning from the other organization, maybe requisitioning from the CCTV, maybe requisitioning from IoT devices. And when we talk of the CCTV and IoT devices, we are not talking of the presently available. In a very short period, there will be whole network of the CCTVs and whole network of the IoT devices, and they will not, without the cost of the government, because they will be getting revenue streams. So it will be in your interest, it will be in my interest to put as many node as possible, because each node will be earning some revenue to me. So even there will be a number of the companies and a startup who would like to put their nodes, because the 50% money will be going to them, and that we purpose. Okay. So there will be many startups to fill that gap. So let me once again, FIR content, other than location, other than the name of complainant, it will capture the whole detail of the FIR, not limiting to the ingredient of the crime. Ingredient of the crime is only the one part of it, covering the whole incidents, right? If required, it can independently at that moment of the time light condition क्या थी, इवन उस तरह की चीजों को भी कैप्चर करके वो वहां डालने की कोशिश करेगा, तो झूठ बोलने को पकड़ सकते हैं. It was a pitch dark. So system will ask, करे तो इतना अंधेरा था, आपने कैसे देख लिया? तो वो कहेगा कि मैंने अपना जो ना मोबाइल की लाइट में देखा था, something like that. But then that information will be there, whether he is talking right or wrong, but that information system will be in position to extract. कि भाई आपने कैसे देख लिया? How could you see when there was a pitch darkness? I would like to tell, the system is telling that at that point of the time, इतनी darkness थी कि आप you cannot see your hand. So how could you see that people, right? So you would be in position to capture those detail which will be cutting the possible defenses also. Because if you will not ask, he will not tell कि कैसे देखा है. तो वो कहेगा चाहे मैंने दीपक दिया जला के देखा है या मोबाइल की लाइट में देखा है, whatever be the way, या उसी समय एक गाड़ी निकली तो एकदम लाइट पड़ी, whatever. But then that detail will come in your FIR. Making sense? Now I am making your job little more difficult and complex. So whatever you would not be in position to do, we will do in the next version. So don't worry about it, right? Because it is a journey. So whatever we will do, we will launch as a first version, and then we will start working for the next versions. Because this journey is likely to or will be continuing for long. Because the system, the other people will learn how you are doing it, and they will try to bypass us. So we will also be trying to learn their behavior, and we will try to put a block. They should not have any bypass. Okay. So counter facilitator requisitioning वाली बात हो गई है, independent verification हो गया है, उसका routine, we will capture routine movements, route use and associates. So I repeat, we will try to get the little detail so that how he reached over there, what was his routine, what made him to be there. So crime has taken place, but why you were there, right? How exactly you reached there, which route you have used. That will help us to even capture independent feed from IoT devices and CCTVs. In addition of what we will be getting from telecom service provider and other. So, and we would like to even know who all were with you. So you say that there were the 3 people, but at the same time of the commission of the offense, the 2 people they were not there. So where they have gone? Whether they have gone just like that, or they have gone deliberately or they were the part of that conspiracy so that the crime should take place with you. Something like that. Okay. Now we will talk about how the FIR will appear. So FIR will appear as an icon. If you recall, we said very categorically, I don't want they should go in some portal and they should put the ID and then they will come to know. I am little opposed to this idea. I would like that FIR should appear on the app, on the citizen app, because it will be available with each and every one. So the person reporting, he is also will be one of the citizens. So everybody would be having that app. Whatever the FIR is being reported by that particular victim, it should be available on his app, right? In addition of that, the app will be all the time talking to the system, and as we will permit, the status would be available on the app. So the person, whether 4 लोगों के बयान हो गए, we may not give the name, but the statement of the 4 people has taken place on this date, that information would be available. If the person is arrested, the person has been arrested on this date, that will be there. Whether he is in jail or he is bailed out, that detail will also be available over there. We may not give the detail who has taken bail, but the person has been bailed out, that information will be available. And we would like to grade him the services of the various players, whether it is police, whether it is volunteer, or whoever is having the interface with him. Then we would like to capture his satisfaction level, because ultimately we have to work for his satisfaction. So to what extent he is satisfied with our product. Then we would like to capture the feedback, and we would like to get his suggestion. And that suggestion should, we have to create a kind of engine. These suggestions should come somewhere so that we can deal with those suggestions individually, and we can deal the suggestion collectively. Okay? I hope you understand that individually and collectively. Individually means for this particular type of... Yes? Hello?
Sir, last 4 minutes, sir.
अब इसलिए अपन इसमें नहीं करेंगे, otherwise जो है this kind of interruption is not permitted. Okay, so system generated queries. So our FIR should have the system generated queries, as we are saying कि lighting is less, तो आपने कैसे देखा, something like that. It will allow that signature of the person. So it may independently reach out to the witnesses, to the volunteers with the query, and might get his answers and will get the signature. And the date, time, and location stamp and encryption, those features will be available everywhere. Right? This is again the same point which you have raised, that if some volunteer want to give some information, so probably you said that from volunteer side, I am saying even independently, system will approach the volunteers, approach the citizen, approach the person with system piece they were available there, and maybe knowing the details about the crime. Okay? Hello?
Yes, sir.
I think I have covered all my points, which I had noted on the basis of your literature review. Rest of the things are absolutely fine. I am in total agreement with the flowchart prepared by you people, right? Whatever little I have added, accordingly you can modify your processes and your chart, right? And then I have already guided you that you put it into the 2 parts. Number 1, which is directly connected with you. The things which are not directly connected but has to be addressed by someone else, right? So when I will be talking to them, if I will talk something which is related to FIR, that section will come to you. So that's the way, probably there will be saving of time and energy from my side. Okay?
Yes, sir. Sir,
so I have done with my part of it. Now, again, it is open to you to ask any additional queries based on input given by me. Or
so
otherwise.
Yes, sir. So I would like to explain how we're planning to go about with our part of the project, sir. So initially, yes, sir. So initially, you suggested that it should be an app, but we are going for since it is only a service and it's only a tool, we are going for a small website as of now, it's the initial version. So in that website, a person will be able to log in as a user, and SHO, SSP, and SP will also have their own specific logins, and a person will be able to file an FIR and view his FIR from his account. An SHO will be able to give his or her feedback, and a person will also be able to see what is the status of his current FIR right now. And all of this will take place through encrypted systems, through cryptography. Public and private key cryptography will be used here. And the process flow will be followed here. So if the SHO refuses to take a FIR, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here I am having certain reservation, because when you talk to the portal, anybody can go to the portal.
Yes, sir.
When you talk of the app, you are having a superiority because you have already captured his evidence details, right? So whatever he is interacting with you, we know who is interacting with me. Number one, that is one. Secondly, what I feel that whether it is a portal, whether it is an app, it is a front-end tool. Now we have, the technology has already graduated to the level that front end does not make much difference. So whether it is a portal format, whether it is a app format, it is only the frontal and back end processes will be the same. Great. So have I answered your question? So
Yes,
if you want to make a video, that is a good idea. There's no. But I think you understood the point that our preference will be more for app. And because many people may not be having the portal kind of the things from mobile, operating portal is a little not that kind of user friendly. Using app would be a much more user friendly gesture. So for the sake of convenience and for the sake of developing, you can focus on say portal, but treat that the portal is a only front end. So your front end should be available everywhere, whether it is a portal or it is an app or whether it is an Android platform or iOS platform. Ultimately, we have to negotiate this boundaries. We cannot we have the limitation of a front-end platform. I hope it is making sense to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So that's it, sir. Actually, we just wanted to clarify that initially when we're presenting our work, as in how we worked with the technology and the process flow, we just wanted to make a video of it, sir, and then we wanted to send it to you how our app, how our service works, sir.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Basically, these things would be a great help, basically. Because by creating those video, we are creating record also, and that will somewhere when we will be traveling from version 1 to version 2 to version 3, having the historical perspective that how our thinking has changed over the period of the time. Probably this video will be helpful in keeping that historical track, because our and your views are changing. It's not remaining static. What we were thinking 3 months before, what we are thinking now, there's a little change, because your confidence level has changed. After looking at you, my confidence level has changed. My perception and vision has also little got modified in the whole process. While I was interacting the various team with my Smart India Hackathon, that has really boosted my confidence. And I could feel very confident that whatever I am visualizing is absolutely doable. It could be doable even more than that, but I could visualize. I think the journey could be far ahead. So if there is no other question, we can close this discussion. And at outset, again, I would like to convey my appreciation to your group. You have done a wonderful job, and you are already having basically what we will do. We will put that other group also from the Simla. So now we will move from competition to collaboration, right? That is our slogan also. When we will be launching for the another Smart India Hackathon, we will be again in competition mode. And once that hackathon is over, again we will be in collaboration mode. So we will be changing our mode from the collaboration to competition and competition to collaboration. That will be the journey, something like a sinusoidal wave kind of thing. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So sorry that I thought probably I was having some time, because really I am finding it nowadays difficult to keep up with my schedule because of the very heavy process coming on me. So that's why I thought, let's use this whatever the window is available with me for immediately briefing you, because I missed out your earlier communication also, and I could not react to that, right? So should we close?
Yes,
Do
sir.
you want to do you want to make any concluding remark?
I would finally like to thank you, sir, for your time and your feedback, sir.
Right. Great.
Thank
Great.
you so much.
It's a
Sir.
pleasure. It's a partnership for transforming the face and fate of our country, if we can dare to say so. And we should feel little emboldened by listening to an Honorable Prime Minister from Radford. Whatever he said, we will try to really, one or two team will be focusing that whatever thing has been said by the PM, how we can really capitalize on it. So he is creating a right kind of the ecosystem that we can really think of such kind of a big dream. Unless he has provided us the platform, unless he has provided that kind of the ecosystem, probably things would not be doable. You must have heard about rail network, you must have heard about fiber network. So those things are already in offering in a very big way. So lot many things will be happening. I think a time has come when the normal election has to be banned. Probably in the next general election, probably there should not be any electioneering, normal electioneering. Let there be electioneering through the digital media only. And that will be very highly competitive. It will be cost effective, and probably that other people, those who are not having those kind of the resources to invest, but they are having the merit and they are having the zeal to contribute for the transformation of the country, they would be in position to join even the political stream. So there will be one more option will be open to you to join and contribute in the political arena while maintaining your technical age, right? So with best wishes, let's look forward for transformation. Let everybody should look toward the India as a different nation where दूध की भी नदियां बहेंगी और धन की भी नदियां बहेंगी. With this closer remark, all the best to you.
Thank you, sir. Happy Independence Day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Same to you once again. Okay.
Happy Independence
Bye-bye.
Day.